So here's an idea I'd like to put out there for GGG. When they were first marketing this game, I was very excited for the skill synergies, the interactivity of skills. You know, like everyone knows about putting a flame wall on the ground and then shooting an arrow through it and it catches fire and then adds fire damage. I feel like there's not enough of that, actually. And I know there's a lot of people who want more one button builds. You know, I've seen a lot of like PoE 1 content creators and streamers who are very unhappy with PoE 2, and they're like, no one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do that. That's like too many buttons. I actually like the combos. You know, I actually like them when they're working and you get rewarded for doing them and stuff. But I also would like to just have more interesting ways to combo things. So here's like some combo gameplay for you, right? Watch. I'm using spear skills and quarterstaff skills. I'm using twisters. I just whacked that guy down with an ability that nobody uses, which is Whirling Assault. I dashed over to this guy. You know, I can use Barrage, and then I can shoot all those twisters. Frozen Locust. I can catch the Chilling Ground from the Locust, or the Shocked Ground from other abilities that I have. You know, so anyway, combo build, right? Here's an example of what I'm talking about. If I use a spear skill like this, and I build up the Whirlwind, right? It's kind of cool that it blows up if you leave. And it's kind of cool that I can make twisters out of it that are more powerful, right? Now, why isn't it the case that other wind abilities can interact with those things? So, like, if I do this, and then I switch to Whirling Assault on the quarterstaff, you know, I leave that and it explodes. But how come it doesn't, like, gather it again or something, you know? Like, gather it a third, a fourth, a fifth stage, and take it with me, you know? Like, if I build this up, and then go like this, how come it doesn't, like, gain, you know, momentum or something, and make, like, this faster and bigger? And then at the end of the move, maybe it just shoots it off and creates a tornado. You know, like, why not? Or how about this? If I build these up and shoot them, the twisters, why can't I then do this and then bat them around, and that will then gain momentum onto the twister so that it actually starts moving even faster and then bouncing even more and hitting more times and stuff, you know? I'm just thinking, like, we have Whirling Assault, which they had in the game already. They added Whirling Slash. Like, you would think that in a game that talks about combos and synergy, two skills with the name Whirling in them would have some kind of interactivity. You know, maybe they're thinking about that and they just don't have time to put it in. But those are the kind of things I want them to do more of. Like, how about, for example, you know, Wind Blast, which is the skill where you take your quarterstaff and you basically slap the air and it shoots a wind beam out. You know, why can't I drop a firewall and then smack that, and then it, like, fans it and just starts, like, infernoing? Now, there's a lot of balance things, right, to figure out in the game. Like, I've been talking about armor and them nerfing things into the ground and stuff, and build diversity. But I feel like those kinds of things are what are kind of exciting about the game, would be to just have all of this interactivity. And you're like, man, this skill works with that skill, and that skill works with that skill. Like, whoa, there's so many combinations, you know? I feel like that would really help build diversity a lot. I know it's a lot of work for the devs to code all that stuff in there so that it can actually be done, and then there's new animation work you got to do. But, I don't know. This is early access. They want feedback. Here's some cool suggestions, you know? For people who like the combos and like the vision, which has become a derogatory term now, someone like me who likes the combo gameplay, that the vision they're going for, I think interactions like that would be awesome and would be really fun to play. All right, thanks.